Hey there world, I have got a lesson for you in Sketchup today. This one's going to be a 3D printable project, so make sure that you do new model and get your simple template millimeters so that way it'll print accurately on your 3D printer. We need to give it a name, and I'm going to name it Pip Top, where Pip means print in place. So I'm going to try and build a top that prints in place and does not have any supports. I'm going to click on this gentleman and get rid of him at this point. I'm going to switch to the circle tool using the tools. Remember, SketchUp is a click and release program. So right now I'm going to click the origin, and then after a little bit of testing, I have found that if I go for a radius of 4 millimeters, that's good enough for me to print with. I then want to click the zoom to extents tool so I can see that cool little circle I made. I'm going to switch to the push-pull tool, and I would like my handle that I hold to be 25 millimeters high. I am going to use the select tool to grab that entire object, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to make it a group so that it stays together. I'm going to note the red save button and I'm going to hit save. And this time I'm going to click right near there. I'm going to hover near the edge so I can snap to the middle. And I'm going to make it exactly 4 millimeters again. I'm going to push-pull that piece up, and I want it to be 10 millimeters high. I'm going to switch to the select tool, and then I'm going to find the amazing scale tool. And with scale selected, I'm going to toggle uniform, so that means that it goes the same amount in each direction, and then I want it to go around center. And I'm going to pull mine out to 4 times as big. That gives me a nice slope that I can then take a look at using the orbit tool. So you can see that my top will be able to print evenly out and up without requiring any supports. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to select those parts. Notice because I drag from the left to right, it only grabs that component. And I'm going to make it a group. Alright, I want to make this so that it's a little rounded before I put the point on it. And I'm going to do that by adding another circle. I'm going to hover on the edge and that lets me snap to the middle. I'm going to make my circle almost as big as the whole design. And then I'm going to do one other little item to make sure that it's nice and rounded. I'm going to make that 60 segments around. Notice it's a much better curve at this point. I'm going to bring out the push-pull tool and I'm going to push it up 4 millimeters. I'm going to click on the ring, and then I'm going to choose the scale tool. I'm going to once again turn on shift, and then I'm going to hold down the control key so that it goes about its center, and I'm going to make it down to about half as big as it used to be. That's a decent place for where I'm going to put the point, and it's a nice slope. I'm going to click out here, and then I'm going to grab that entire part. Notice I was touching the other item, but because I didn't grab all of it, it's not selected, and then I can make it a group. Alright, let's add a point to our top, and it is almost ready to print. Click out in space, click back on your circle tool, go to the edge of that circle so that you can then click on the center. I'm going to make it 5 millimeters, but I'm going to do a really cool trick. I'm going to click on the edge of it, and I'm going to change it from 24 segments to 5 segments. So now it's a pentagon. And then from my pentagon, I want to go to the edge and then the center. And then on the blue axis, I want to go up 8 millimeters. That lets me connect these faces so that I can turn it into the point that it is going to spin on. I do want to make sure that I get rid of the line on the inside. So I'm going to delete that quick. And then I'm going to go through and connect the rest of them so that it becomes a complete shape again. So now I have got an awesome top that will print from this base all the way up. I'm going to do the last part where I make that a group as well. Notice because I only partially grabbed all the other pieces, it only gets the one that's on the inside, and I can make it a group. Alright, our top is pretty epic. Let's hit save, and let me show you one more cool thing for when you're adjusting. Since we grouped all these, they're all individual parts, but if you double click, you can edit them. So right now I've double clicked on our base, and I want to make it skinnier on the part where I will spin it from. So I'm going to click on that ring. I'm going to go back to our scale tool, and then I want you to switch on the uniform by toggling shift, and I'm going to hold control, and I'm going to make it 0.85, or as close as I can get to 0.85 on the scale for how big that is. 0.83 it'll be. Click the select tool and click out in space, and you can see now how it's got a little bit of a ridge or a little bit of a slope and is ready for printing. Hit save, and then with your item saved you can turn it into an STL by clicking the folder and doing download STL file. Save that to your computer. Mine is PipTop1 because I've made quite a few of these. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. There's lots of room for you to try different strategies, and make sure you share with me how it turned out in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.